Democrat Stacey Abrams. You saw the vice president in Georgia yesterday. Former President Obama's been there. Oprah's been there. Obviously, a very big race. Speaking of big races, last night in the show me state of Missouri, the commander-in-chief threw his weight behind Missouri's Josh Hawley in a tight battle with incumbent Democrat Senator Claire McCaskill.
This election will decide whether we build on an extraordinary prosperity that we have achieved, probably the greatest economy in the history of our nation. Under Republican leadership, America is booming, America is thriving, and America is winning because we are finally putting America first.
Putting America first, that will be the message once again here this afternoon. But for now, Dana, back to you. Don't forget, we get underway at 4. I'll be ready for live coverage. Back to you,
I'll be watching. Okay, thank you, Kevin. Former President Obama campaigning today in Florida. It's a tight Senate race going on down there. It's just down to the wire. He's stumping for incumbent Senator Bill Nelson and Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, who is running for governor. Christina Parson-Nevelis is at that rally. What's going on there, Christina?
Oh, like you said, it's a very, very tight race here. This is a notoriously swing state. So you have President Obama, or former President Obama, who's going to be taking the stage shortly to show his support, like you mentioned, for Nelson as well as Andrew Gillum. But if you just take a look at some of the people that are here, you're seeing a lot of people wearing blue T-shirts, really showing their support for Andrew Gillum. And the reason being is they're the ones I've spoken to saying that he's energetic, 39 years old. He is the mayor of Tallahassee at the moment, and they believe that he can take this step forward. Back inside, I spoke to people about what are they most concerned about with these midterm elections. They told me it had to do with health care, equality, and one man spoke about the concern for his children and the future with the economy. Listen in.
I am here 50 years in this country. I have never seen such a division in this country in all the 50 years that I've been here that I see exist presently. And that's why you see me here today, because this has to stop. We need to come together as a people.
So if we take a look, though, at the polls and what's happening with the governor race, which is incredibly tight between Republican Ron DeSantis and you have Andrew Gillum representing the Democratic Party. Right now, the latest polls are showing that you have Gillum in the lead by just a little bit less than 3%. You switch to the Senate race, which again here, nobody honestly is really talking about at the moment. You have Bill Nelson, the incumbent from the Democratic Party, who's been in place since 2001. And literally what those polls are showing right now is a little bit of a less than 2% poll for Andrew Nelson going against Senator or Governor Rick Scott, who himself has put more than $50 million into this race. So a very expensive Senate race, incredibly tight in Florida, swing state. It could go either way, but we're going to be covering it for you all day here today.
All right, Christina, thank you for all of that. And for more on this, let's bring in Charlie Hurt, opinion editor for the Washington Times and a Fox News contributor. I have to say, walking to Fox today, we've got the big Fox Square being built out outside. We're going to be here over the weekend. We're going to be here through election night. It's going to be like a slumber party with no sleep. Everyone's on board. It feels almost as exciting as a presidential election year, and it's a midterm.
It's amazing. It really does. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, as the person that was interviewed right there said,